Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in here. We got some good stuff to cover today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, kicking it with your girl. I had to take me a little break off the internet, a day break, y'all, because after seeing my boys go back and forth with each other, you know what I'm saying? It did something to me. It really did. But the boss has spoken. He said his piece. He said what he had to say is back to saving the country with or without them, y'all. At the end of the day, we the people voted for our president, and we gonna continue to push and move it through. I got to say this, y'all. MAGA is deep, okay? And we the wrong people you want to rub sideways, okay? Because at the end of the day, we rolling with our dog. All right, but this is a whole nother reaction, y'all. I'm back on bimbo news with these bimbos, okay, that's going on. Check this out. We're going to talk about that on another one. But check this out. Federal agents are being hunted. Their families are being threatened, okay? These officers are now masking up due to bimbos, the left, having people identify them. Not only that, their families and things like that. So not only are these people having to try to protect our country, but they're being blocked by the left who are actually cheering this thing on. And they think that's cool. How is it cool for the very people that scream justice and above the law and all this are protecting illegal criminals, but not protecting American officers? Yo, this ain't no war outside, no foreign war, anything like that. These people are having to fight within our own country. These are the very people that were voted to actually stand up for the American people. Instead, they are standing up for illegal criminals. We will not be able to make sense of this. Not the common sense, folks. This is crazy. So now they have to go through crazy psycho bimbos, okay, in order to do their job. And these are all from different mayors who believe in protecting illegal criminals. Y'all, we got to do better, okay, when it comes time to vote. We have to do better. I'm not just talking for myself. I'm talking to any and everybody who goes out and votes. The blind voters, no more of that. Know who you voting for. Know who you standing with. Y'all see what type of situation y'all going on. Gavin Newsom, old bombtail. You expect us to give you the key to this country, and you can't even get your people or your state or nothing like that in control. Well, guess what, y'all? ICE agents are coming to a state near you. So F around and find out exactly what is about to happen to y'all when y'all think that y'all are above the law. And these same bimbo mayors and people like that, governors or whatnot, hyping y'all up is these same people that's not going to take that charge for you when they be walking your tail into jail. Just keep that in mind when you go out there thinking that this is the way, because it's not. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into it. Coming straight from the ICE acting director, he responds to political causing anti-ICE segments and threats to federal officers and families. Let's go ahead and dive into it, y'all. We're going to chop it up towards the end like we do. Let's go.
My officers and agents walk into danger so other people can sleep safely at night, so kids can make it to school safely and play outside. But while it's easy to be an armchair quarterback and make up talking points that get activists riled up, the bottom line is my officers and agents are out there protecting the same people who are threatening their safety. Law enforcement's common sense. Politicians need to stop putting my people in danger. I'm not asking them to stop. I'm demanding that they stop. Here's what I have to say to Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, and anyone else stirring up the outrage about what ICE does. These are real people with real families you're hurting with your ridiculous rhetoric and inflammatory comments. And it's time to remember that.
And that's just crazy because the same people that's putting these officers in chaos are the same ones that screaming democracy, but not protecting these officers. These folks is crazy, y'all. With that being said, we're going to dive into the next clip. This man is actively doxing ICE agents, potentially putting their lives of agents and their families in danger. So these people are literally discovering who these ICE agents is, y'all, and getting their information out there. And the families are being threatened and things like that. And then they get the question of why they masking their faces up, or why they not in ICE uniforms, why they wearing regular clothes. Because it's bimbos like y'all. They got to protect their identity in their families. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that every ICE agent knew what they signed up when Donald Trump called for these folks, and the people in the stations and stuff called for these folks. Yes. The same man, the president that's being attacked, which is Trump, anybody a part of Trump's movement is going to be attacked. Okay? Let's get into the video, y'all.
All right, this is ICE Agents number 5 in New York.
This is how they be doxing the agents, y'all, to be hunted and killed by bimbos out here.
All right, this is ICE Agent.
And that video had no audio, okay? Literally just showing y'all what these bimbos are out here doing. And instead of somebody, you know, stepping up and doing something, the left is laughing. They think this is funny, and it's not. These people are putting their lives on the line to save the American people. And these other very people are putting their lives onto the line to save the illegal criminals that our officers are trying to get up out of here. They got a job to do, and they trying to do it. But now they have to worry about paid actresses and actors and all these different federal organizations that are being funded by the left. Let me add. Let's get into it. Here go this bimbo right here. Y'all know the same one that had the shut face mouth when Trump visited her town and was asking her about all these wildfires and all this other type of stuff and why these folks couldn't get in their home and do it themselves or whatever. She was shit-faced and silent. But now she all of a sudden got some balls. She on TV and citing that these folks go out here and act a fool if the ICE agents come to a state near them. So she's the mouth now in the face of talking. When the whole time we seen her sitting at that table and eating everything that Trump was feeding to her. But now all of a sudden she got some balls. All right, y'all. Check this bimbo out because she gets the award for today. Live the TikTok. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass, sorry ass, promises to protect illegals in her city. Okay. Check her out. She didn't say the citizens. She said illegal criminals is what she's saying. Y'all remember that.
We are going to fight for all Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants, and this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos. We are going to fight for all Angelenos.
You can't sit here and side with illegal criminals while ICE is sitting here getting threatened, some getting attacked and all of that, but you going to side with some illegal criminals? So much you gonna who had her, y'all? Who? These folks is jokes. Let's keep this same moving. Okay, so F around and find out. After Karen Bass decisionated all that stuff and got these folks out here being crazy and stuff like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? F around and find out. ICE pretty much rolled up, was trying to get some detained folks where they need to go. And a bimbo decides to get in the middle of the street and run in front of the ICE truck. Like, I'm going to just let y'all watch it. Coming straight from Benny Johnson. A deranged leftist tried to block an ICE vehicle carrying criminal illegals and got ran over after refusing to move. Let's check it out.
Is when we started seeing some sort of smoke to help try and keep those people from the gate here. Okay, so here we are. We're in the middle of the street here. You can see one person trying to stand right in front of this SUV here, but he'll. It's just such a dangerous situation here, and it's really not going to do him any good to be standing there and possibly get ran over by agents. So here they are. They're on 9th Street now. Crowd is running alongside with these vehicles, and I pretty much guarantee that this SUV is not going to stop. Someone throwing, looks like,
wow.
All right, let me widen out here. Okay,
Look
so
at
we saw some
in the
names being
background.
thrown at the vehicle. Now
Oh.
he's just, partly ran over by that SUV.
And the SUV getting the hell
Yeah,
on.
there goes.
Getting up.
Oh, it looks like a bicycle was also struck in the crosswalk here. It's just a dangerous situation. It doesn't, not really going to prevent them from leaving, but now we have a whole other situation here.
And I'll be on the background like, oh, he should have moved this tail out the way. This is crazy. F around and find out error. You know daggone well if you running in front of a car and they trying to give you so much weight to move up out the way and you still running in front of the car because you trying to prove a point due to y'all Karen Bass, old tired Timu looking bimbo telling y'all to stand up and all this other type of stuff. F around and find out error. You know darn gone well you weren't supposed to be in front of that car. All right, can we go ahead and end the clip? Call it how it is. The hell? Sitting there blocking the vehicle. Man, move. They got a job to do and they gonna get it done one way or another. So move out the way. That's all I can tell you is move out the way. Don't come for me. These folks been taking a lot from these bimbos. And here we go down here. Close to 1,000 people have wrapped around the federal detention facility and these folks then lost their mind. Do y'all really understand what is taking place and what's going on? Why are we even talking about this? You have people protecting illegal criminals down here. Not fighting for the very people who lost their lives to these illegal criminals. They are literally protecting these illegal criminals. This don't make no sense. Not the citizens of America. Let's dive into the video.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. You're taking a live look at one of the protests underway in Los Angeles just a few hours after the mass immigration raids. Chris Christie is live in Air 7 with the latest. Chris.
That's right, Giovanna. It's a major protest going on about 2 hours now. Close to 1,000 people now wrapping around the detention facility between Alameda and Los Angeles Street. They started on the front steps of the federal building at 300 Los Angeles, now marching down Aliso. And the lead there is that cattle truck leading the pack as they make the turn onto Alameda Street. The strategy here is to basically encircle the detention facility, which is that building right there, where we understand there are actually some people inside of the building.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. You're taking a live look at one of the protests underway.
And as soon as ICE come in using their little ice bombs and all this other type of stuff, then they're the problem. It's them. They look at it and be like, oh, it's them. Well, let me ask you this. What caused them to now have to use force? Who's causing it? What caused ICE agents to use force now? Seriously. Let's keep this thing moving, because I can't even believe we covering stuff like this right now. This is crazy. It happened. The LAPD and riot gear have finally arrived and are assisting DHS agents who were trapped inside a federal government parking lot structure. So these bimbos decided, y'all, to hold some ICE agents in a parking lot and not letting them get out. Like, we cannot make this shit up. All because ICE is doing their job. None of this outrage was going on when Obama took office and he deported whoever he deported and stuff like this. Were we watching and seeing things like this? No, hell no, we wasn't. We wasn't. Half of the stuff that these folks did and done, we ain't seen no outrage until now that we got President Trump and his team in the office. This is crazy. You can't do it to one man and don't do it to the others. Where they do that at? Real talk. So now we lead into here where they're going to have to now use force because now y'all got some of their people. And all this is taking place in our country. Like, y'all starting wars in our own country. Meanwhile, our president is trying to seize peace in every other country and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, the problem is within our own country. This is crazy. Like, y'all don't want to see change? Y'all actually down and rocking with this? Y'all actually cool with the past administration and how they had things going? Y'all really, y'all seriously, like, this is what y'all want for real? I want to know y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. We got to keep the ICE agents prayed up because, baby, I'm telling you, ICE agents are coming near your state soon. So be ready. If you ain't supposed to be there, be ready to face the consequences that's coming behind it. Straight up. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this video, and then we gonna chop it up towards the end. Let's go. Step around and find out. This is crazy. Oh, they ain't playing. Come on. Come on, let go. I'm with them. Yeah, that's me right there. That's me right there. Right there. Right there. Uh-huh. Look at this face.